I should have gotten it 4 or 5 times. They won't give me a Nobel Peace Prize because they only give it to liberals.
It's safe to say that Donald Trump has prize envy. He thinks he deserves one, whether it's for his role in the Israel-Iran conflict or India versus Pakistan. And while he's been nominated before, many times actually, it was Barack Obama who won in a controversial decision during the first few months of his presidency. But while the president thinks that it's because he's a Republican, his son thinks it's because of his race. Don Jr. says, quote, affirmative action is when Barack Obama gets the Nobel Peace Prize instead of Donald Trump. For the record, even Barack Obama was like, why did you give this to me?
Yeah, why did I win? Yeah. You know, by the way,
but he was more than happy to accept it, wasn't he?
By the way, real quick, Ferrari has not given me my car yet. I don't know why Ferrari hasn't delivered me my car.
You deserve it.
Yeah, I deserve that Ferrari.
Yeah, you deserve that Ferrari.
Look, this is a classic example of kind of both things can be true at the same time. Like the Nobel Peace Prize, we're not on the Nobel Peace Prize committee. Obama, like you said, shouldn't have gotten it. He got it for peace and diplomacy, I think was some of the criteria that they mentioned. And we had deployed troops later on in Afghanistan, and the Iraq stuff didn't end until 2010 with our troop deployment.
Yeah, and he had barely been president.
He had barely been president, and there was a conflict in Gaza that was happening in 2009 that had just ended as he was coming into office. So, why did he win it? Also, Donald Trump, FYI, if you want to win the award, how about you do establish peace in the region? You did not broker peace between India and Pakistan. We don't know that that's going to happen.
What about the Abraham Accords?
The Abraham Accords was in 2017.
And they're expanding them right now.
Okay, let me know when they're expanded. And then we'll come back to it. When it happens, I can't give somebody something based on a hypothetical. On Rwanda, tell me about what he did in Rwanda.
They've had a 30-year conflict over there. They had him in the Oval Office on Friday afternoon. I mean, they should have.
Well, his application is pending.
His application. So you can apply. No, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between applying for something later on.
And now he's helping Israel and Iran settle this thing after a couple of weeks. I mean, Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009. He should not have accepted it. But I will remind you all what he did after he got it. He dropped tens of thousands of bombs on several other countries. He ordered thousands of drone strikes, including on an American citizen, vaporizing people. This was probably the biggest non-peace president of our lifetime. And yet he's got his trophy. He got his trophy because he won an election.
Yeah, we agree he shouldn't have gotten it. The question is what she's asking.
Do you think it was affirmative action? I'm asking.
I don't know why they gave it to him.
I think it was affirmative action?
But the question is affirmative action. That's what Donald Trump Jr. is saying.
I don't know what that means in this context. I think they gave it to him because they love the idea of Barack Obama without thinking about the actual Barack Obama, who turned out to be a complete and total warmonger.
So then it's not affirmative action then?
You wouldn't say.
So you would agree with us? It's not. We're agreeing with you.
It was a political decision they made.
Okay, so we can
not affirmative action decision.
We agree.
Okay. Look, we agree. I think that one of the things with Trump, first of all, his applications, plural, are pending, but one of the reasons that I think it's just unclear is he likes to claim victory before things are done. You know,
fully done.
Fully done, and I think it's important to know. Is there going to be peace? He said he would end the war in Ukraine, not ended. Right. War in Gaza, not ended. This ceasefire between Israel and Iran, we have been here before as a planet, and it doesn't necessarily hold. So there's a lot that's unknown, even though I know that he wants credit for it. I understand why he wants credit for it, but it's just not done.
But you would admit there was nothing known when they gave it to Obama. Yeah, we know plenty about Trump, right?
I don't think anybody disagrees with you.
So you admit then his resume today is stronger than Obama's in 2009?
No, that's not what we admit.
No, because
why?
Why
is that not true?
Obama wasn't president for a first term. Trump was already president.
So he had done nothing.
So they didn't have the same resume.
One had a resume. I mean, at least you can like or dislike Donald Trump and what his record is, but at least you can make a judgment off of it. I think the thing that perturbed a lot of folks and perturbed a lot of the American people, if you look back in the polling and say, even then, even when Obama's approval rating was sky high at the beginning of his presidency, the majority of Americans didn't think he deserved the Nobel Peace Prize. And it's stuff like that I think.
Neither did he.
But he accepted it.
Yeah, look.
And he's not petitioning.
The noble thing to have done would have been to have turned it down.
But to your point, the job's not finished. In sports, they always say that. I mean, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Job's not done. A foreign minister from Rwanda told CNN, he said he's committed to supporting this ongoing negotiation, but warned that any ending the conflict will depend on political will and the good faith. And he doesn't know if that is true, referring to the DRC's government. It's not done. It's not done.
You didn't watch the news yesterday. They literally announced it in the Oval Office.
Let me ask you a question.
Literally in the Oval Office.
Can I say something?
Friday afternoon.
You said something earlier. You said, and you kind of agree with Pete, when he says there's something about the media where they feel like they want to disprove Donald Trump. Is that what you said? Something to that effect?
It happens every day.
And you think that's what they want to do, right? You think the
Yes.
media is going in to say he's lying and he's not telling the truth. Do you
Correct.
believe that?
That is the standing disposition.
Do you believe that he tells the truth?
Yeah, I do.
Every time?
You think
all presidents do
you
that?
think the
All presidents?
president tells the truth? This current president tells the truth often.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I also think that, to our point that we haven't established, he does announce things before it's too soon.
They literally had the countries in there.
The program isn't.
I feel like you should watch the news before you come out here.
I feel like you should stop trying to defend him just to defend him.
I feel like you should watch the news.
I think you should stop trying to say.
So
you agree that it's not.
We gotta leave it there.
Your hand is very close
We
to my
have
face.
to hold on a second, Carrie. We have to leave it there. But look, listen. Trump is petitioning for this. We'll see if the Nobel Prize Committee agrees with him. There's still plenty of time to find out about how some of these conflicts get resolved.